Hello everybody, welcome to part 2 of my 18 Nightmares Beginner's Healing Guide. Right, so we are in the Darkness Wars now. Always do this dungeon seconds just because of the last boss in the Hell Raised is a bit of a pain, and even with the most pro of groups they can have bad days, so it makes sense just to do this one, it's easier. Although saying that, you will find that healing this is a bit harder than Polaris because the bosses tend to hit harder. Now this boss, always make sure you stay away from, if you see that ad coming towards us slow there, it's, people call it a bomb, it will explode if it hits you. In fact it explodes anyway, but if you are near it, it will take you with it and you will die as you saw. That's that boss down. That was really quick, didn't have much time to explain anything there. But basically, just hug the tank on that, unless the AoE is going to go down, he isn't going to impair it. Hug it because there are ads that come, and you will get moment, for a moment you will have aggro. These mobs also hit really hard as well, so you need to make sure that your tank is up for these. I'm using the same build as I just used in Polaris in the part 1 video, Exquisite Corpse, building with the same stuff. Surgical Steel for an empathy for backup. And Cold-Blooded, of course. Now, all the damage in this dungeon, as far as the heal and the DPS are concerned, is avoidable on paper. In practice, you will find that your DPS and yourself will take some damage, as you just saw there. It will happen. It is avoidable, but it's basically ad aggro there. He was unlucky. I think he got a fever pitch on him. But we can full man this, so it's not a problem. As I say, ads aggro obviously is avoidable on paper, but also other things, just like moving out of the way of AoE and stuff like that. There's one boss in particular I'm thinking of. You probably know which one I'm talking about. So now bosses coming in now. The dog. This is the second phase. Now, depending on how many ads he swallowed, depends on how strong he is. You can see down here he has a tick thing here. That the more ads he swallows, the higher that is, I think. So that's why you want to kill the ads, so that's not too high. Now here, just stay away from the boss. He does an AoE. There's no ads that come in at this phase, so he just swallowed that. Again, I've got the boss targeted so that if the boss is doing anything that he shouldn't be, i.e. he's doing moves and they're not getting impaired by the tank for some reason, then you know they're coming and you're ready to put an Exquisite Corpse on him. It saves a wipe. If you're watching the boss and you know what's going to happen and you can see that a move's going to go off that's going to kill the tank, you get an Exquisite Corpse on in time, you can bring it back.
Together, the Wabanaki and the Vikings were to build a shield around this island that would keep it safe from our enemies.
So yeah, 4-man that quite easily. We've got a good group here.
And unleash the serpent.
Right, okay, we're just waiting for our last DPS to come in. Right, okay, so here this boss is going to hit hard at certain points. Also, ads come out that the boss is going to do a glyph around him in a second. Everyone needs to move out. And when it comes out, that is your cue to start moving away from that. I actually failed there. But as you saw, it hit me, and it can one hit you as well. So, and that is basically the burrow that the ads come up from. It spawns on a random person. It will normally be a DPS or the healer. That's just how it goes. And you need to move away from it. Let the tank pick up the ads. Make sure you heal him up as well, because those ads, they do hit hard. And he's dead. That's it. That's just a rinse and repeat of that. If you don't kill him in that phase, it just goes back to the first one again. He puts a glyph in the middle of himself. You have to move out, do the ads again, just like that. So here now, the tank is going to pick up. There are 4 ads that come round. The DPS will not hit them, until they get to the end. They shouldn't do anyway. And when they die, they drop a blood AOE on the floor that is brutal. On my laptop here, it makes the graphics go all funny. That's one reason to drop them around the back, but also it does damage, and you don't want the DPS trying to avoid it in the middle of the map, so that's why they are taken to the back. As you can see, he's taken them there. I haven't pre-healed him because I don't want to get aggro. And then a boss comes in, move away, get down nearer the entrance. He does a burrow. If he pops up and hits you, he will kill you. The tank's staying well clear as well, you can see. Tank goes in, this boss hits like a train. Be wise with your exquisite corpse, your surgical stills, and your empathy. Don't blow your cold-blooded until you need to. Okay, the boss is down in a second anyway. If we hadn't killed him so quickly, he would have burrowed down as well, and some ads would have come up again, and the boss would burrow up in a random spot. You need to watch out for that if you're a DPS or healer, that you don't get hit by, well, even the tank as well. You don't want to get hit by that. Stay away from the burrow. It's got a wide range on it. So here we are, coming up to the next boss, the Mayan Battle Mage. 11,000 DPS, that's not too bad. So this one, basically, there is 2 phases to this boss. The first phase, it's a tank and spank. The tank will have to impair a move where he drops a big blood AoE on the floor. Avoid this. It's hard to impair, so it's best just to stay out of it. And then that phase won't last very long. He will teleport over to the back of the room or this side of the room, and when he does, run over to him. That's when the buffs go down normally. That's the Sanguine Omen. You want to avoid that. He managed to impair it just fine. It's not such hard hits here. Right, he's teleported over the back. Avoid the AoE on the floor that he drops these missiles. It's a big part of this fight, because the next phase he's going to fly up on top of that rock there, and he's going to put this AoE down on the floor. You don't have to run across the width of the map. If you do that, you will end up dying. You should only be moving, literally, just like that, up and down. There are 3 waves of missile drops that you need to avoid, and it's really easy to avoid them if you move up the length of the map. I'm going to get over this side now and show you how I normally do it. This is what I normally just do. Wait here, let that row go down, then move forwards like that. That's all you need to do to avoid the AoE. Don't go running up here like this. I see people do that, and they die. It's hard work. You can survive if you're lucky and you're good, maybe. But if you're good, you won't be doing it that way. That's for sure. Get over here. That's all you need to do. The reason I stay here is because where the tank is going to normally be. Some healers stand over the back like here, but if the ads make it through to you, the tank's got a job get into you then, and you don't want to make it hard for the tank. You don't want to make him
You cannot continue alone. The forest is flooded with
fly
blackness,
around the map,
blackness
going
wet
places
from a
that
wound in the mountain.
he shouldn't need to just because
I
you're
have spoken
nowhere
to the
near
earth.
him.
I asked it to guide you across
So in that instance, stay near the tank with the ads.
Golden light now.
The only time you don't want to stay near the tank is if the boss is cleaving. Obviously, stay well away, stay behind. Here again, stay near the tank. This is the last boss now. There are 2 phases. On the first one, stay near the tank. On the second one, when the boss comes down, don't stay near the tank because he cleaves. So 2 very good examples of different positioning here I'm going to show you. So the tank is going to pull the ads towards this back wall here and kill them. He's going to make sure he gets them nice and tight to the wall, hopefully. There's a good reason for that I'll explain when it's relevant. Now, again, DPS shouldn't be taking damage, but as I say, in practice, it will happen. I've got my hematic rights ready if I need to. In fact, sometimes I just pop it anyway when ads come, just so it's there. Hematic rights is best used proactively, definitely have it on, because it is a barrier. It's going to save you a lot of clicking that you don't need to do. Hematic rights there, see, Gera, however you spell it, got some aggro there, so to have that extra shield on there is nice, so it just basically gives you some headway so you don't have to click on him quickly and let the tank take loads of damage and possibly wipe. Now the ads, it could be better positioned there, but it's not a problem. We've got a second chance to get them over to the wall in a bit. This is the second phase, boss phase. We're going to burn this, but some people... tank's just died. That was crazy. That was so much hits. And we're just going to have to wipe it now. That was freaky. Slamming on the hills there. Just wasn't cutting through. That might be it. Tank missed an impair. I'm not going to blame him though. I mean, with this build, you can... Oh, okay, so they've started it. Okay, so they've all jumped down now after that wipe and started the boss event. So now they're all going to leg it off the edge of the cliff because I'm stuck in the graveyard. I just wasn't quick enough for these guys. What I was saying on that second phase, some groups take, most groups take someone takes provoke and confuse. These moves are good. I'll show you why. Hopefully, he will start casting the move, but we will get through it. Basically, someone provokes the boss from the tank while he's casting a move called Concuss and confuses it really quickly so he doesn't get hit, so the tank can take it back off. What this does is it interrupts the move Concuss. because if that move goes down, it blurs everyone's vision, it throws everyone places they don't want to be, and resets the aggro, so someone will die normally. Trying to reload my UI there. So don't stand in front of the boss because he will hit you. Okay, we've got... Tried to save him but couldn't. We'll still do it though. So that's our Molten Steel guy taking aggro. The problem is with this boss, the tank is really between a rock and a hard place in this situation with a MS, a Molten Steel dealer. Okay, reanimation still, that's good. That is the move where he flies up in the air, so we completely skip the concuss move by burning through him. What I was saying is the tank has to go more tanky for this boss. Which means that he's doing less damage, so it's easier to pull aggro off him. Now here, we're hitting the ads again. This is what I meant by having a second chance to get the ads nearer to the wall. They resurrect again in this third phase here. And we're about to have the Mayan god come down, the Viragian. There. He has come down, and he's going to buff the group. He's going to make us do a lot of DPS. Right. Now he comes down, and then 2 more waves of these ads come that the tank's going to kill quickly. Then the boss is going to come down again for the last phase, in which we get huge damage boost. One more wave and then the boss comes, and what we're going to do is leg it to the other side of the room, over the other side of where the Viragian guy is, Varangian is standing, and this is because the ads come back to life in the last phase, and some of them move really slow, but they explode when they hit one of us. So we leg it over to the other side, and what we're going to do is a tactic where we just burn the boss. So we're going to ignore the ads, and we're going to just burn the boss down here, and you can see that there are ads over the other side making their way towards us. So this is why it's important that we kill the boss really quickly, because soon we're not going to have any room to play with unless we want to pop any of these ads. So one of our DPS, I think, is moving in to smash some of the ads down there. Okay, this is not good, because now we just got pulled towards the ads. Oh, he used his karma there. Okay, you see DPS is killing the ads. Not part of the plan, but he had to there, otherwise we would have got hit. It was a miracle how we didn't get hit anyway, considering that when we got pulled into the boss, when he cast the move where it pulls us in, the ads were quite near us there. Okay, so that's it. So we've pretty much 4-manned that. Well, we definitely four-manned the last phase and burned it, so good. Right, now we are off to Hell Raised. So thank you for watching the video. Please leave comments and subscribe if you liked. And yeah, thanks for watching.